Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in the world, I need you to stop what you're doing. What I'm about to share could change the way you move, feel, and live. Here is something most doctors will never say out loud. Your legs are not getting weaker simply because you are getting older. Your legs are getting weaker because no one ever told you what to feed them. My name is Dr. Alan Mandell. I have spent decades watching good people lose their independence. Not to bad luck, to bad information. Now here is the number that should keep every senior awake tonight. Research from peer-reviewed clinical literature suggests that adults over 65 have roughly a 47% chance of measurable muscle loss before they ever fall once. That is not a small number. That is nearly 1 out of every 2 people you know. And the number one food on today's list is something you probably already have in your kitchen right now. Researchers now believe it is one of the most powerful restorative compounds available to adults over 60. I am going to save that one for last. Before we begin, leave a comment below. Tell me how old you are, and tell me whether your legs have felt weaker this past year. I read every single comment on this channel. Everyone. Coming in at number 6. Dark leafy greens. Spinach. Kale. The kind your mother told you to eat. I know. You have heard eat your greens your entire life. You may be rolling your eyes right now. I am here to tell you, with the full weight of current nutritional science behind me, that this advice, especially for seniors, was one of the most underfollowed pieces of health guidance ever given. Here is the simple version. Your muscle needs a mineral called magnesium to fire properly. Think of magnesium as the calm, steady electrician inside every muscle cell. When magnesium is low, the muscle twitches, cramps, and gives out. A clinical review published on PubMed Central of older adults found that magnesium deficiency was common in aging populations and was associated with reduced muscle function. But here is what leafy greens also do that almost nobody talks about. They quietly calm the inflammation that slowly eats your muscle from the inside. That means greens do double duty. They feed the muscle and protect it. A 68-year-old woman named Margaret from Sarasota came to me barely able to climb her back porch. She started one big bowl of cooked spinach each day, lightly dressed in olive oil. Within 9 weeks, she emailed me a photo of herself standing on a stepladder trimming her hedges. She said, "I cried when I realized I had not been up a ladder in 3 years." 2 generous cups a day, raw or lightly steamed. Skip the boiled and drained routine. You throw the magnesium down the drain with the water. Add a little healthy fat. Fat helps your body absorb what the green is offering. But wait, coming in at number 5 is something even more surprising. Coming in at number 5, vitamin D, the sunshine nutrient. I know, you have been told to avoid the sun. I have heard it 1,000 times from my well-meaning colleagues. I am here to tell you, with the full weight of current nutritional science behind me, that the modern fear of sunlight, especially for seniors, has quietly weakened a generation of legs. Here is the simple version. Vitamin D works like a key that opens the door for calcium to enter your muscle. Without enough vitamin D, the door stays shut. The muscle stays weak, even when calcium is plenty. A meta-analysis published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, referenced in research indexed by the National Library of Medicine, suggested that vitamin D supplementation at 800 to 1,000 IU daily showed beneficial effects on strength and balance in older adults. But here is what vitamin D also does that almost nobody talks about. It sharpens the nerve signal between your brain and your feet. That means fewer stumbles, fewer near falls on the stairs. A 72-year-old retired carpenter named Robert from Boise told me he had stopped walking his dog past the corner. He was afraid of falling on uneven sidewalk. We checked his blood. His vitamin D was painfully low. 3 months of daily fatty fish and short, gentle sun exposure on his forearms. He sent me a video of himself walking his dog 3 blocks, then 4. He said, "I cried when she handed me the leash back without worrying." Aim for 10 to 15 minutes of gentle morning sun on your arms and face. Pair it with fatty fish 3 times a week. Salmon, sardines, mackerel. Do not rely on a pill alone. Sun and food work together. Skip the midday sunburn zone entirely. We want warmth, not damage. But wait. Coming in at number 4 is where this gets really interesting. Coming in at number 4, beetroot. Yes, the deep red root. I know. You have never thought about beets your entire adult life. They look strange. They stain the cutting board. They taste like dirt to some people. I am here to tell you, with the full weight of current nutritional science behind me, that this humble root is one of the most underrated tools for stronger legs in seniors. Here is the simple version. Beets are loaded with something called natural nitrate. Your body turns nitrate into nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as a plumbing crew that opens up your blood vessels. More blood flow means more oxygen reaches your tired leg muscles. A peer-reviewed study on beetroot juice supplementation, indexed at PMC, the U.S. National Library of Medicine's research database, found that beetroot juice significantly improved muscular endurance in older adults. But here is what beets also do that almost nobody talks about. They lower the blood pressure that quietly stresses your heart on every single stair. That means beetroot protects your legs and your heart at the same moment. A 71-year-old widow named Eleanor from Cincinnati came to me after 2 near falls on her basement stairs. We added 1 small glass of fresh beetroot juice to her morning. Within 8 weeks, she told me she had walked her granddaughter halfway to school for the first time in 2 years. She said, "I cried when my granddaughter asked me to keep going past the corner." 1 small glass, about 4 ounces, 3 to 4 times a week. Roasted beetroot works just as well as juice and tastes sweeter. Add a squeeze of lemon. Lemon helps your body hold the nitrate. Do not boil beets for long periods. Long boiling washes the good stuff down the drain. But wait. Coming in at number 3 is where the science gets beautiful. Coming in at number 3, omega-3 fatty fish, the oily fish of the cold sea. I know. You have heard fish is good for you for so long that it stopped meaning anything. I am here to tell you, with the full weight of current nutritional science behind me, that omega-3 fats, specifically for adults over 60s, are one of the most studied and most under-eaten nutrients in the modern American diet. Here is the simple version. As you age, your muscles quietly become inflamed. Think of inflammation in your muscle tissue like a slow forest fire. Omega-3 fish oil works like a gentle rain on that fire. A study indexed in PubMed examining omega-3 therapy in older adults found that fish-derived omega-3 supplementation contributed to increased muscle mass and improved function in healthy older adults. But here is what omega-3 fish also does that almost nobody talks about. It quiets the joint stiffness that makes you afraid to bend down to tie your shoes. That means omega-3 protects the muscle and the joint that surrounds it. A 74-year-old former teacher named Patricia from Norfolk came to me afraid she would not be able to garden that spring. We added wild-caught salmon twice a week and sardines once a week. Within 11 weeks, she sent me a photo of herself holding a basket of tomatoes from her own backyard. She said, "I cried when I touched the dirt without pain for the first time in 4 years. 2 to 3 servings of oily fish each week. Wild-caught when you can afford it. Farmed when you cannot. Skip the deep fryer. Bake, broil, or pan-sear with a little olive oil. If you cannot eat fish 3 times a week, a quality fish oil supplement is a clean second choice. But wait, coming in at number 2 is the food that may surprise you most. Coming in at number 2, the humble whole egg. I know, you have spent 50 years being terrified of the egg yolk. You were told it would hurt your heart. You were told to throw away the best part. I am here to tell you, with the full weight of current nutritional science behind me, that this single piece of dietary advice, specifically for seniors trying to keep their legs, has been one of the most damaging mistakes of the modern era. Here is the simple version. The white of the egg is protein. The yolk of the egg is vitamins, fats, and a powerful trigger called leucine. Leucine is the key that starts the engine of muscle building inside your cell. A study from the University of Illinois, reported in peer-reviewed nutrition research, found that ingestion of whole eggs resulted in greater stimulation of muscle protein synthesis than egg whites alone. But here is what whole eggs also do that almost nobody talks about. They feed your brain the same choline they feed your muscle. That means eggs protect your memory while they protect your legs. A 66-year-old postal clerk named Walter from Portland told me his knees felt like rusty hinges every morning. He could not climb the stairs to bed without holding the rail with both hands. We started him on 2 whole eggs each morning, gently cooked in olive oil. Within 7 weeks, he told me he had walked his daughter down the aisle at her wedding. He said, "I cried when I let go of the railing." 2 to 3 whole eggs in the morning, light heat, gentle cooking, olive oil for better absorption of the yolk's hidden treasures. Skip the dry scramble, skip the burnt edge. Gentle is better. If your doctor has told you to watch cholesterol, talk with them first. Be honest. Now, we have arrived at the one I saved for last. If this information has already opened your eyes to something you did not know, hit the like button right now. It tells YouTube to share this with more seniors who need it. Subscribe right now. Every week I bring you clinically grounded, practical health information designed specifically for adults who want to live stronger, longer, and on their own terms. Coming in at number 1, and this is the one I promised you at the start. This is the surprise, the food you almost certainly have in your kitchen right now. Quality protein, served at every meal, starting with breakfast. I know, you have heard the word protein so often it sounds like a billboard. You may eat some chicken at dinner and think you are covered. I am here to tell you, with the full weight of current nutritional science behind me, that the average senior eats nearly all of their protein at supper, when their muscles are least able to use it, and almost none at breakfast, when they need it most. Here is the simple version. Your muscles are most responsive to protein in the early hours of the day. Morning is when the muscle engine is warm and ready to build. Spread protein across all 3 meals and your muscles receive a steady supply of building blocks. A study from researchers at the University of Texas Medical Branch, published in peer-reviewed clinical nutrition literature, found that evenly distributing protein across meals supported muscle protein synthesis more effectively than concentrating protein at a single meal. But here is what even protein distribution also does that almost nobody talks about. It steadies your blood sugar, which steadies your balance, which steadies your steps. That means balanced protein protects you from the wobble that ends in the emergency room. A 63-year-old hairdresser named Diane from Des Moines told me she had fallen twice on her front walk last fall. Both times a neighbor helped her up. We rebuilt her breakfast: 2 eggs, a small bowl of Greek yogurt, a piece of toast. Within 6 weeks, her daughter called me to say Diane had walked the entire mall without stopping. She said, "I cried when I realized I had not held a wall in months." Aim for roughly 25 to 30 grams of protein at each main meal. For breakfast, that means eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a small piece of fish. Do not pile all your protein into your evening dinner. Spread it. Do not drink your protein alone in a shake. Chew it. Chewing wakes the muscle signal. For lunch, lean meats, beans, fish, or a small portion of nuts paired with real food. For dinner, the protein you already eat, simply moved earlier in the day. Within 12 weeks, the research suggests, most seniors notice steadier steps and stronger stair climbing. Now here is the important part. These 6 foods do not work alone. They work together. The leucine from the egg triggers the muscle engine. The magnesium from the green keeps the engine calm. The omega-3 from the fish quiets the slow fire around the muscle. The vitamin D from the sun opens the door for calcium. The beetroot opens the plumbing so blood reaches the muscle. And the steady protein at breakfast keeps the engine warm all morning long. You are not missing one miracle food, you are missing a complete kitchen. Tell me in the comments, which of these 6 items are you going to try first? Tell me how your legs have been feeling. Tell me your story, because this channel exists for you, not in the abstract, for you specifically. You were not built to become a passenger in your own life. You were not meant to hold the railing going downstairs. That is not the destiny written into your biology. That is a consequence of information never given to you. Today, we gave it to you. Eat the greens, eat the fish, eat the egg, drink the beet juice, get the gentle sun, spread the protein. Begin tomorrow morning. If you found value in this message, share it with one older friend who has been afraid to ask for help. Sometimes the kindest thing we can do is hand someone their dignity back.